Never commit to a woman over 24. This video was inspired by one of my favorite YouTubers. He's a YouTuber by the name of Coach Red Pill. And he did a video called Never Date a Woman Over 25, I believe is what it was called. I'll post a link to the video in the description on my channel. This video is basically inspired by him. His video is, never date a woman over 25. Mine is never commit to a woman over 24, because if you guys know anything about me, I'm a little bit paranoid and I like to play things safe. So if 25 is the age that guys are saying, you don't want to commit to a woman over or date a woman over, I'm going to play it safe and go with 24 just to be, a little more cautious, right? And before I get this video started, guys, I wanted to let you know that I am on Patreon now, and the link to my Patreon is in the description below. And to anyone who becomes, a Patreon at $20 a month or over, I will do a custom video for you on any MGTOW topic you like. So if you have any, any topics, sort of like the same way Sandman does his videos, where, people send in topics and he does a video based on it. I'm going to be doing the same thing for you guys. But anyways, let's get this video started. So never commit to a woman over 24. And basically the reason why you want to do that is because women who are 25, 26 and up, 30, 32, they're at a point where they don't want to date you because they want to get to know you and have fun and learn about you. They're at a point now where they are in a race against the clock, right? And they need to spit out those kids and get that marriage as soon as possible, right? Just their biological clock is ticking, and they're seeing that they are, about to slam into the wall and their looks are about to fade, and they better have those kids before they're undesirable, right? So women who are 25 and over, they are going to present a fake personality to you, in order to get you to commit to them. They're going to pretend to be a lot of things that they're not to hook you because they're in a race against the clock, right? So I'm going to give you guys a personal life story of how this happened to me, Basically, I met a girl maybe a year ago. I met a 26-year-old black girl, right? Cute girl, a little bit overweight, but still cute, seemed feminine enough. Now, in her pictures, she had dark hair, right? But when I met her, she had a blonde weave. And that was the first red flag, guys. Black girls with blonde hair, you already know there's something going on. You already know she has some kind of insecurity about, wanting to be white or something like that. It's just not natural, guys. It just doesn't look natural, It's like me, I'm like a brown guy, and I would have purple hair. Like, it doesn't make sense, right? So, anyways, that was the first red flag when I met her, right? So, I meet her at her place. We're on the roof of her apartment, smoking hookah and having a conversation. And basically, 15 minutes into our conversation, on our very first date, she says, "I want to meet your parents." Okay, on the very first date, I haven't even slept with her, I haven't even made out with her. She's telling me, "I want to meet your mom and dad and, get to know you and stuff like that." I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I had to slow her down. I said, "Look, baby, I'm all about getting to know you. I'm all about going on dates and stuff like that. But you're out of your mind if you think you're going to meet my parents this soon. You're out of your mind. I don't even know you yet. I don't know your history. I don't know your background. I don't know anything about you. You're not meeting my parents." And that desperation was such a huge turnoff to me. I'm like, wow, like I can tell she's just in a race against the clock, right? And basically she was telling me, and she's like the whole independent career woman, has her little $40,000 HR job, has her little 1-bedroom apartment and stuff like that. And another thing I found interesting in the conversation, she was like, "I really want to get like a sports car." I'm like, "Can you afford that? You shouldn't be buying stuff you can't afford. You should be saving your money." She's like, "No, I feel like I've worked hard enough and I want to get like a BMW or something like that." I'm like, "Why do you want to get something if you know you can't afford it? You only make like 40 grand a year, like, and you're like paying rent and stuff. And the city I live in is kind of expensive. It's a major city. So it's not like, Wichita, Kansas we're talking about. We're talking about an expensive city where rent is high. And I know she's paying high rent. I know she's spending all her money on rent. And she's like, "I feel like I've worked hard enough. I came from nothing. I am like independent and I think I deserve a BMW." I'm like, "Girl, it's not about what you deserve. It's about what you can afford. We all deserve stuff. We all deserve stuff. Doesn't mean we're going to get it." And she was like, "No, I want it." And that was just another huge turnoff to me. I'm like, great. So she's in a rush to have kids. She has an entitlement mentality, you know. She has identity issues, being a black girl with a blonde weave, you know, trying to be white. She has all kinds of demons going on, and she's trying to rush me into a situation with her to commit to her, and meet my parents and probably have kids and stuff. It was just a huge mess. And she told me how she only dates other Middle Eastern guys. Like, she told me, because I'm Lebanese, right? She told me the guys before me that she dated were like Persian and Saudi Arabian and stuff. So this is a black girl that only targets Middle Eastern guys. She has that whole swirling fetish on top of that. So she's nervous about hitting the wall, right? She's nervous about hitting that biological clock. So she's trying to rush me into something. She has that swirler mentality, right? She doesn't like men of her own race. She only likes men of other races, right? She has an identity crisis. She has a blonde weave, all right? So she's not proud of who she is. She's not proud. You know, whatever race you are, you should be proud of who you are. Don't ever let anyone tell you you're inferior. You know, if you're a black person, you own that. You own being black. You know, I'm a Middle Eastern man, and because that's me, I think I'm the greatest man in the world. You know, I think I'm the greatest race in the world. And if I was black, I would think I'm the greatest race in the world. And if I was white, I would think I'm the greatest. You know, be proud of who you are. Don't feel inferior. And try to copy other races. You know, if you're an Asian man, you're the greatest man in the world. That's how you should feel. You should feel like you're worth $1 million, right? So basically, she's just rushing me to do all these things I don't want to do, right? And once she realized, about an hour into the date, it just really wasn't going well. She realizes, look, I'm not about to rush into this thing. I'm like, look, I'll get to know you. We can take it slow, but you know, I'm not rushing to do all these things, have you meet my parents and all this stuff right away. And once she realized I'm not gonna rush and do everything she wants exactly when she wants it, she's like, all right, well, you can show yourself out then. Basically saying, like, you can go now. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's how you want it? It's fine. So I just got up and left. She wasn't even willing to, like, walk me back to my car or show me how to leave her apartment. I parked on the first floor, right, and we went all the way up to the roof, so I didn't really know how to get back down there, but she was willing to just, oh, you can go now, you know, oh, I'm done with you. I'm like, wow, great, thank you for showing me your true colors right away. I'm really glad I didn't invest, like, 6 months into something with you. See, a lot of guys, they get mad when girls get, like, you know, mean like that when they show their true colors right away. But to me, that's a blessing. I'm thankful that she did that, because I'd rather find out now than find out a year from now or 6 months from now that that's who she is, right? I'm glad she showed me. You know, when a snake shows you, when you hear a snake hiss, when you hear a rattlesnake shake its tail, you believe it's a snake the first time. You don't wait till it bites you, you know, to find out it's a snake. If it sounds like a snake, if it moves like a snake, it's a snake. So once she did that, I'm like, all right, I know not to invest any emotions in you, and I just got up and left. But the point of the story, guys, is because she was 26, right, and she's in a race against the clock, and she's been pumped and dumped her whole life, and she feels like she's about to hit the wall, she's trying to rush me into a situation I don't want to be in. And this applies to women of all races. I've dealt with this with white women. I've dealt with this with women of all kinds of races. I just felt like using an example of a black girl I dealt with. That was just the most recent one that happened to me, right? So a lot of women might be a little more crafty about it than this girl was. This girl gave me the blessing of showing me who she was on the first date, right? But you have other women who are a lot more tactical. They can wait 3, 6 months, a year before they reveal that that's what they're doing. So you never take that chance with a woman over 24. You have to just assume that she's hitting the clock is running out, and she's going to pretend like she's so much sweeter and better than she is, because that's what she knows she needs to do to hook you, because she's, you know, in that race against the clock to have kids and, you know, have the family and, you know, before she hits the wall. So any girl who's over 24, you just don't commit to. You can, you know, pump and dump, you can have little casual relationships, but you don't know, you'll never really know if they're being themselves, right? Because they're in a race against the clock, guys. So that's really the moral of the story, you know, never commit to a woman over 24.